We're live here on Facebook. Wanted to give you guys an opportunity to, I want to share with you an article that I just read and also give you guys that are new and you know about me, you know that I'm a professional trader, you know that I'm a trading coach, but maybe you haven't heard my story, a chance to kind of share my story as well. Hey, what's going on, Benny? Still looking forward to that drink and lunch from you. But the idea for this Facebook Live, it got started really a couple of days. I was answering questions for a trader on one of my YouTube videos. I think it's one of the YouTube videos where I talk about just a little bit about how I look to average 3% and how you'll get top professional traders that the best traders will average about 5% per month. You're considered a good trader if you can average over 2% a month. I said that I range somewhere in about the 3% range. And there was a question a trader was asking me about, hey, is it possible to trade for a living if you're only returning on average 3% a month? And of course the answer is yes. Obviously you need a big bundle of money to do so. I think it's really unrealistic to think that you're going to be able to start with say a $10,000 account. That's what most of our clients start with, a $10,000 account, and start trading live full-time, no other type of income within within a year or so. So we're discussing kind of my story and some of the different ways that I supplemented my income trading. And what I did was, once I got good with trading, once I became a consistently profitable trader, I actually went on to managing money, so money management, where you're managing accounts for other clients, and obviously you're taking management fees, you're taking a percentage off the top as well. In some cases, you're even taking a subscription, meaning it's not a set percentage off of how much you return each month, but kind of like, hey, this is how much I'm charging you for a month. Whatever I get, whatever I lose, I'm getting the same amount. And there's different ways you can set that up. But that's one direction. The other direction is typically going, and like signal services, stuff like that would fall under money management. Another way to go about it would be to go to education, and that's where I eventually made my way towards. I did enjoy money management. There is a massive ceiling to managing money. Trust me, there's a massive ceiling if you're good at it, if you do it the right way, if you stumble upon the right connections. There's also a massive amount of pressure, and education, in my opinion, is more rewarding. One's not better than the other. It's kind of personal preference. But either way, right? Either way, whichever way you want to do, it's important to do some personal branding. And this was an idea that you guys want to hear about really months ago as a Periscope request. Now, I want to bring a good friend of mine in. She works for a marketing firm up in Harrisburg, but she just got there and times are busy, so we haven't been able to link up. But I want to touch on that a little bit because I just read an article on entrepreneur.com called How to Build Your Personal Brand, according to millionaire Gary Vaynerchuk. And if you guys are unfamiliar with Gary Vaynerchuk, he's written a few books. I'm not sure what else he did, but he's good on, he kind of preaches follow your passion. And I'll get to some of these questions a little bit later if I have time. I want to finish it up before the Jason Stapleton program. But he listed 5 steps. He said Vaynerchuk students walk away from his course knowing these 5 key ideas. And the first one is how to uncover your strengths and go all in. And again, that's kind of deciding, hey, do you want to go the money management route? Do you want to go the educational route? What is your strength? Some of you may be very strong at managing money for others, being able to handle multiple accounts and being able to deal with the pressure of added position sizes and really just managing other people's money. It's a much different pressure than your own. Some of you may be gifted with communicating with others and sharing your stories and being able to preach what you know to others. It's funny. It's a lot of the best traders out there. This goes for professional athletes as well. A lot of the best traders out there are good, but they can't explain what they're doing. There's a great story I heard about Reggie White, who was probably the best defensive player in the NFL ever. He was unstoppable trying to attack the quarterback. And one day his coach, he said, hey, Reggie, can you please tell the rest of our players, how do you do that spin move? And Reggie tried to explain it, and he just couldn't. He's sitting there like, well, I kind of, and it was just natural instinct. And a lot of traders are the same way. A lot of traders will look at a chart. They can tell you that, hey, this is a good buy right here. This is a good sell right here. That's major structure. That's minor structure. Look at that divergence on the RSI. I know the market's going to reverse. And when you ask them a question, it's like, well, how do you know the market's going to reverse right there? They're like, well, you see, they just kind of know it. So some people are just built out for being able to translate what they're seeing on the chart and make it teachable. Some people aren't. So that could be a strength or a weakness. The next is how to sorry about that. The phone just fell. I just got a new phone. I don't have a case yet, so it's kind of, the smooth edges made it fall, but apologies for that. We'll finish up. The second one was how to tell your story in a captivating way. Hopefully that doesn't happen again and I break everything. I just got it. How to tell your story in a captivating way, especially if you're going to go on into the education field. It's important that you're able to translate your story and connect with others. Traders really like it when you can, if you're going to educate, it's really good that you can connect. Yes, there are certain traders that are just, they're born with money. They were great right off the bat, and people look up to them. But a lot of the times, people want to feel comfortable. And I know one of the things that helped me in my personal journey before I even thought about going on into trading education was I used to blog my story. I used to write every day as a way of journaling, saying, "Hey, took this trade today, got stopped out, shouldn't have moved stops, X, Y, and Z," and just talk about the ups and downs of each and every one of my trading days. And I was pretty bad at doing it, or at trading, I should say. And people started to flock on. And then eventually, as I got better and better, my blog posts got more positive and positive. And people were able to relate to my story. "Hey, Akil, I did that same thing. I took that same trade on the euro dollar today, moved my stops as well." And I think just, showing your story and telling where you came from and just being honest with it, not being afraid to tell people about your mistakes. We've all had blunders, right? We've all had bad trades. We've all done dumb stuff in the markets. I don't think there's any positive in hiding from it. Embrace it. Say, hey, I goofed up. I messed up. However, it was a learning experience and it's made me better in the future. And I think being honest about that story is one of the best ways to connect with other traders. Next one is understanding platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and more. Now, when I first started in the money management, I did it the old school way. I didn't use, this is going to be recorded. It'll stay up on Facebook forever. I didn't use social media to kind of promote myself in the money management. I was a little embarrassed about what I was doing and a little scared, to be honest, but I was an old school way. I would go door to door into offices, talk to people I knew, get referrals, call to referrals, try to set up meetings with them. They would say no. Again, I got the door shut on me like 50 times, but each time I would have a meeting, I would get a referral and have a contacts list and go after it that way. In these days of times, there's better ways to do it. You can do stuff where you can set up an internet site and promote yourself on there. You can do stuff like Main Street Alphas or My FX Books, where you can show your track record, and then when people are interested in what you're doing and kind of your performance as far as managing money, you can direct them to that site. So take advantage, and you can also shamelessly promote yourself like I do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but you can use technology as a way, as a more efficient way than going door to door and getting, basically getting the phone slammed on your face millions and millions of times, which can be pretty depressing. So understanding how to use those platforms, again, Main Street Alphas, My FX Books, there's tons of them out there. Understanding how to use those platforms to not only track your record, and this is more for those going into money management, to track your record, and then using sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even personal web pages to promote that is a great way to get started. One of our transformation graduates, I don't know if Rick is listening, Rick is doing the same thing right now. We have a few of them doing it right now where Rick is tracking his stats. He's also started a website and doing blog posts, and he's just directing people, say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm teaching, this is how my trading's gone, looking for clients that way. And I don't believe in regrets. I think everything happens for a reason. You can learn from it. But if I had to go back and do it again, I would have probably done it that way. I wasn't too internet savvy back then, though. And again, it worked out for me, but it was just, it took a lot of no's and a lot of deep, dark nights contemplating life to finally get that one yes. And there's just different ways to go about it. And if you're going to do that, again, all you need is one yes, guys. All the no's in the world don't matter as long as you get that one yes, because that one yes can be the make or break it for you. The next one is engaging with your audience. That's kind of the same thing that follows up on understanding platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Don't be antisocial. Don't be afraid to connect with others, especially other like-minded individuals. I found that I enjoy trading a lot more since I've started running, say, live trading rooms and dealing with other like-minded individuals on a regular basis. Trading is a little bit boring, especially if you're doing it right. I mean, I don't get that gambler's excitement anymore. I come into the market and do what I do. But also, most people in my life have no idea what trading is. Don't understand it. They don't care to understand it, nor should they. But there's not a lot of people to talk to. So I found that building a good community on Instagram, on Twitter, here on Facebook with you guys watching me, it makes me more excited about coming into each day. Because if we have something like the New Zealand dollar trade and the Aussie dollar trade last night, it's cool to wake up this morning and see certain traders online saying, yes, Aussie dollar target one, New Zealand dollar target one, 150 pips this morning. It's cool to have that excitement. It gets you kind of revved up and fired up for the day. And it also builds your brand as well. It shows that you're not above others, that you're just like everyone else. Although you may have made it, you have made it out that, we talk about that filter of traders, right? A lot of traders enter the top, but only a small amount become successful and trickle out the bottom. Although you've made it through that filter, it shows that, hey, you're not laughing and nanny boo-booing at everyone else there, that, hey, you're just like them and you're there to help and encourage. And that does a lot for your brand in whatever you're trying to promote, whether, again, it's money management or education. And the last one is brand awareness, building brand awareness. And this is essentially, don't be afraid to tell each other what you do, or to tell the world what you do. I believe that one of the biggest ways in general, if you have a goal, even if it's something like, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds by Christmas, the best way, and this has been proven, the best way to accomplish that goal is to put it out there. Tell your friends, tell your family, call your wife, your husband, say, hey, I'm losing 20 pounds by Christmas. Do a Facebook post. I'm losing 20 pounds by Christmas. That way you hold yourself accountable. And building brand awareness is kind of the same way. You're never going to get business if people don't know that you're offering a service, right? If you're going on to manage money and no one knows that you're offering a money management service, how are you ever going to get any clients, right? If you plan on teaching other traders, if you're going to get into trading education and you're starting a live room or you're doing hangouts like this, right? How are people ever going to know that you're doing it or what you're doing if you don't tell them? So and it's hard to get that shameless part down. Believe it or not, I'm relatively, you would never guess it, but in real life, I'm kind of a shy guy. I don't really like putting my face out there in videos and social media and all that stuff. But it's something that you have to do. I run a trading education business. I'm a trading educator. So my job for that side of the trading business is to attract clients. And if people don't know what I'm offering, if they don't know I'm offering trading courses or live trading rooms, then I'm never going to get that clientele. So you got to be able to shamelessly promote yourself. And it doesn't mean, again, you want to be honest. You don't want to lie. You don't want to shove it, at least my opinion, you don't want to shove it down people's throats. But you just want to make it known that, hey, this service is available. If you would like to take me up on that offer, come on and do it. If you don't, that's fine. And you don't want to bash people when they don't want to take your offer. That's just it's not for everyone. Everyone has a different path of trying to find success. Some people like to ask for help. Some people would rather do it themselves, and there's no wrong answer in that. So again, I'll post a link to the article underneath this. It's a short one. It's not anything trading related, but it was called How to Build Your Personal Brand, according to millionaire Gary Vaynerchuk. I do a lot of reading, so every once in a while I like to kind of reflect on different things like this. And this was a topic that was brought up on Periscope probably months ago that a lot of traders wanted to hear about, especially those that have been fortunate enough, I shouldn't say fortunate, those that have worked hard enough to become consistently profitable and are looking to find ways to grow their business. They're making money trading, which is great, but now they want to find avenues to make more money. So how can they take that skill of trading that they worked so hard on, how can they take that skill and be able to grow a business and make more money in different ways? And that's unless you've got $200,000 that you can go out and trade right away, or like Benny said, unless you're making 33% a month, most traders aren't going to be able to trade full time right away. So you got to find some way to supplement that income, so you can either grow your account faster or, cut down hours at your job. So thank you guys for joining me. Sorry about the phone crash in the first version. Do me a favor, hit that like button as you guys are doing, or thumbs up. Share this. I'm going to grab my food. Going to go check out the Jason Stapleton program for today. For you guys that hopped in that dollar Canada trade, it's looking pretty good. Oops, just jinxed it. Turning around at 130.68. I'm gonna hush up now. Point 33. Okay, 0.33. Yeah. So I'll see you guys. Thank you again. Take care.